Hey Anna, and hey Anita too. Good to hear from you guys again. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for picking up one of my coffee critiques. So I've had a look at the page, and I'll take you through it now. And obviously, you'll get a PDF to this. Put the video on YouTube, and then in the link in the description, you can get access to this. So if you've got any questions at all, just fire them at me. The first thing is, I know you mentioned this was going to warm traffic as well, and I get that. I don't think you'll have too many problems with warm traffic when it comes to this page, especially when we look at some of the ideas here. You know, when people are already bought into you, they know what you're about, they know what your shtick is, they know if you're the kind of people that are going to, the right ones to help them achieve this goal. So I'm not too worried about warm traffic. So for the most part on this, I'm just going to focus on cold traffic. That being said, I think a lot of these changes will help convert more warm traffic as well. So let's just crack on with this. So let's start with the headline: 1 day to 10k, the social media profit event. I really like this idea of the 10k, 1 day to 10k. Not most people are just about earning more money. I really like the specificity, which is a word I hate saying. I need a thesaurus. I like how specific that is, 10k. I'd be tempted to hold back on the social media thing, just from a cold traffic point of view. I like the specific 10k, but let's hold back on the kind of hook, how this is going to work, the social media bit, until later on. So we want to kind of sell them on the result they're going to get. In just 1 day, you can plan how to make 10k in Q4. Doesn't matter whether it's social media, Facebook ads, whatever. They don't care about that yet. Let's just get them hooked on the result and the big benefit. And then later on, we can tell them, once they're sold on it, and they're sold on you being the guys to do this, then we could sow the idea of, this is a social media thing. So they're already bought into it. This is one thing. I know a lot of people do the 5 days to this or 4 days to that. Or I always wonder whether somebody will read that and think 1 day to 10k is how to earn 10k in 1 day. When, you and I both know that's not the case, that it is 1 day to plan how to get your next 10k. But I always wonder whether that's something that flips the switch in somebody's head and makes them think, oh, that sounds a bit hypey, that. If your audience is the kind of people that will look at this and go, I know what she means, I know what they mean with this, I'm totally on board, then ignore this. But it's just one thing to bear in mind, because often what a lot of people will do is they'll, rather than talk about the process, they'll talk about the time, and it only takes 5 minutes to do this. And it seems like it's going to be 5 minutes to get the end result, when really it's just 5 minutes to start the thing. So that's just one thing to be bear in mind. Oh, that's not very clear, but this. So stop struggling and start making more money. I think that's quite direct, a little too on the nose early on in this page. It's a little bit challenging. And as I say that, unless you're absolutely sure all of your audience are going to read this and nod their heads, I would take it out or soften it. So you could say 1 day to 10k, the social media profit event. Your chance to end Q4 on a high by getting, whatever. But just so it's not as direct as stop struggling, start making more money. That's a good line. But I think it's probably a little bit too early on to bring that in into the sales page. So keep it in your back pocket, and maybe it's the kind of thing that could be a sub-headline later on. I don't know why I put two eyes in this. So this is what I really like. I like the idea of an extra 10k in Q4. I think that is a really good hook. So it's not just about more money, more clients. It's about, we can help you get 10k in Q4. And so I've given you a kind of headline here that would be, this is a typical kind of who else wants to ... kind of formula, but you get the idea. So it still mentions the 10k, but it just makes it a bit more specific. Simple roadmap. Coaches are following to bring in extra 10k before Christmas. Do you want this? And like I say, it's not the exact headline, but you get the idea, because what you've got is, well, from the sales page, it seems like you've got this the words that copywriters love are like simple, step by step, roadmap, guided, process, proven approach, tried and tested, all these kind of stuff. And you've got a chance to get that in there. You can even toss in like on this simple proven approach or road, so that was just an idea I had there. Just so if your target audience saw that, would they go, I want that? And as we'll get into later, I think there's this 10K in Q4 is a really good angle for people, and it's a way to tap into their pain points without being confrontational about stop struggling and start making money, which is a little bit generic. It's fine, but with this Q4 thing and 10K, I think you've got potential to go even more specific in a way that will make people think and visualize that this could be for them. So the 1 day aspect, the subheadline is a great place to kind of get this. In just 1 day, we'll guide you through the entire process. You'll leave with this completely filled out. On October the 3rd, you'll be ready to go and know how to make 10K. So that would be the kind of language I would use. So the 1 day might be a good thing to include in a subheadline. So you get this, who wants to get on this? So does it before Christmas? And then the subheadline kind of answers the objection. Well, is it going to be a lot of work? Am I going to need to spend a load of money? And that's when the subheadline kicks in and goes, all you have to do is spend a day with us. No massive spend on this. In 1 day, we can show you exactly how to map out 10K in Q4. So it kind of answers the objection. And again, I like this idea as well because you're guiding them every step of the way. And that's a big thing. You can give somebody a workbook or a course, but how often do they get done? How often do they get that done? And that would be the kind of thing that you could also put in the sales page somewhere. You could talk about the fact that, yeah, I could show you this, but how much better would it be to have both of us guiding you step by step, every single step of the way, our hands-on help, all from the comfort of your own home? It's so much better than a course. You can mention this here. This is fine, but I would also mention the fact that they also get the full recording if they're not there, because even if they're part of the I'm busy on the second crowd, people worry about internet access. So, for example, today my internet has gone down. We've got low power, so there's no power whatsoever. There's just a small amount of power in the village. I don't have internet, so I'm able to record this and plug in my laptop. It charges, but for some reason, certain things aren't working. So, for people like me who aren't busy on the second, who have no social life whatsoever, but worry about dodgy connections, family life getting in the way, again, that's another hook. For an FAQ at the bottom, you could have but what happens if life gets in the way? What happens if my internet goes down? What happens if blah, blah, blah? Don't worry, you get the full recording. It's yours for life. You won't miss out. So yeah, just make it clear up there that this is what they get. And yeah, just take the kind of focus off, yes, I'll be there. It's a small thing, but it might be better to say, yes, I want this. Or, yes, I'd love to make an extra 10K. So now we get into the lead of this. So this is all really good. This is really good. But what I thought was, given the fact that you've mentioned Q4 10K, I thought this is a really good chance to really focus in on this. Because I think that, yeah, this will all resonate with your clients. Struggle to get more clients. You don't feel as successful. But let's keep the Q4 focus going. You could talk to them about, without beating them over the head with this or making them feel bad, you could just say, look at the income goal you set for this year. Honestly, does it look like you're going to hit it? You've got 3 months left of 2021. So if you're not at least three quarters of the way there towards your income goal, the odds are you aren't going to make it. You need to do something different. If you want to end the year on a high, if you want to do this, would 10 grand help? If I could show you a simple proven system to get 10 grand into your bank account before you sing an Old Lang Syne, which I think is something I mentioned later on, if I could do that, would that get you on track? How would that feel to have this? So it's still talking about the same thing, not being as successful as you hope, but it's not beating them over the head. And again, you're kind of, this is not challenging them. So even somebody who is on target might look at this and go, actually, I'd like 10 grand too. You're not saying, I know you've not hit your income goal. I know you're not going to hit it. I know you feel defeated. I know you're struggling to get clients. It's nothing they can say no to. You just kind of paint the picture and keeping the Q4 angle going. I think that could work here. And again, that would lead nicely into this. And, again, sorry, there. It's been a hard year for everyone. We've just come out of a pandemic. So if you've not hit your goals, don't beat yourself up. But that doesn't mean there's nothing you can do about it. What if you could spend a day with us and leave it the roadmap to bring an extra 10k in Q4 this year? That would lead in really nicely for that. Yeah, this is good. The one thing I was going to say is more clients, more money, less overwhelm. You said in your email that it's middle-aged female coaches. Well, what is that? What does that look like? What would it mean to middle-aged female coaches if they had 10 grand in their bank account by December the 31st? What would that mean? What would is it freedom? Is it presence? Is it spoiling kids? Is it more work so they can take off Q1 next year? What does that look like? So really paint the picture of this. Because you've got the specificity of 10 grand. Imagine 10 grand going into your bank account this year. What would that mean? Yeah, I really like this. I don't tend to use the word game changer, but the idea I really like about this, as I say here, is this isn't just a Q4 thing. It's almost like a bonus. It's like, yes, we'll show you how to get 10 grand in Q4 this year. But you know what? The ideas we're going to teach you for just 97 quid on October the 2nd, the ideas that are going to give you 10 grand in your bank by 2022, these ideas aren't a one-time hack. They don't only work between October and December 2021. This roadmap, this guided process, this specific system that we're going to guide you through every single step of the way is something you can use and follow for the rest of your business life. It works because it's based on principles. So, yes, 10 grand is nice. But when January the 1st ticks around and you're setting your income goals, you'll have a workbook knowing exactly what you need to do to achieve those too. Because here's what you'll discover. And then you can get into this. So this is good. I like this. The one thing I did think about this is, so for example, we will tell you the 5 biggest things people do wrong on social media and what to do instead. Excuse me a second. Yeah, you've got a lot of potential for kind of benefit bullets here as well. And I was trying to work out whether I would include this and just have a massive long list of bullets down here, or whether I would keep the sections. I don't know. But, so yeah, there's a lot of curiosity in this. We'll show you how to demonstrate this really easily and give people a reason to pick you and only you. And this one's a really good one as well. This kind of math-breaking thing that people don't appreciate. Allow you to increase your prices and still get clients begging to work with you. And if you've got, I imagine that's a big desire for most of your audience. And I've put that, is there any way to tease it a little so you can kind of give them a clue? It's the classic copywriting thing of, spoiler alert, it's something you're doing already, but you just need to tweak it, or something. So, it's because it is kind of like, if you've got a special process for doing that, it is a kind of math-breaking seesaw, because you expect the seesaw of clients to go, well, when you charge a lot on one side, you get less on the other. And when you've got too many on one side, your prices go, you expect this kind of up-down motion, but this is a kind of game breaker. Increase your prices and still get more clients. How does that work? It's like math breaking. Yeah. So, oh yeah. So I think there's a couple of things in here that I thought, oh, this could be the kind of like its own thing. So that would be one. So if you had a very clear process on how to raise your prices and still get clients begging to work with you, whether that's kind of a positioning thing or whatever, you could kind of name that the contrarian positioning statement or whatever, or the math breaking positioning statement, defies all logic. And same here, you've got the secret to creating 30 days of content in less than an hour. 59 minutes to all the content for a month, that kind of thing. These kind of things, if you've got specific processes, and don't force it, obviously, this could be the kind of thing you could list as a kind of, here's what you'll learn. You'll learn our positioning statement that tells you how to get clients, raise your prices, double your prices, and get the same amount of clients for the same amount of work. We'll also show you our content creation calendar that allows you to create an entire month's worth of content in less time than it takes you to watch your favourite Netflix documentary. That kind of thing. So you could really kind of heap up the bonuses so they're not kind of hidden away. You could bring out all these little things, and maybe you could even list them as bonuses. But I could definitely see the advantage of making them their own thing, so they can see it and go, oh God, yeah, I'd love to create 30 days of content in less than an hour. I'd love to be able to double my prices and still have clients begging to work with me. I'd love that. Yeah, so that's, if you've got something like that, it might be worth kind of bringing it out. Maybe not for its own section, but just bringing it out so it's clear. Bringing it out so it's its own specific thing. Because really, that's like a low-end offer there. You've got, if you went on social media and said, I've got a simple system, a simple course that tells you exactly how to create a month's worth of content in less than an hour. Do you want in? You get a lot of people buying it for that. Yeah, so we'll help you build a real plan that gives you everything you need to do until the end of the year. I really like this idea of we're with you, hands-on help. We're rolling up our sleeves. We're in there with you. You can ask us your questions. It's interactive. Really getting into this, and it's more of a workshop than anything else. So a summit is kind of like, I tend to imagine a summit is kind of speaker after speaker, but this has got kind of like a workshop feel to it, that you're going to give me a workbook. I'm going to start the day with a blank workbook. I'm going to work my way through it, and at the end of the day, by the time it's finished on October the 2nd, I will have a plan that you've worked with me and I know I have complete faith in. So yeah, just you've kind of said it there, but I think I've just kind of put that in just to re-emphasize this, because this is a big thing. You're guiding them through this step-by-step process. It's one step shy of them doing it for you, you doing it for them. And I think this is another good time to remind them this is for life, not just for Christmas 2021. Yeah, this is a system you'll use forever. So you'll get 10k in Q4, but also more than that, much more. You'll know these secrets that will allow you to just live your life on your own terms. So this is a tiny thing. So I tend to get tripped up, and this might just be a me thing, but I always mention it. So you've mentioned each session. So this is the first time we've talked about sessions, and it made me want to go to look for a session listing. Now, I don't know whether this is a common thing that a lot of people do or whether it's just a me thing. The odds are it's probably just a me thing, in which case ignore it. But a session listing could be quite useful as well. You've got them plotted out and exactly what you'll cover. And it might be this, to be honest. Getting your content seen, how to get more clients, the practical part of getting 10k in 3 months, how do you stand out? That might be the sessions that you have. But yeah, it just made me think, oh, are there sessions on here? And I'd go and check them out. And again, yeah, you get a downloadable workbook. And again, it's another place where you could really highlight, white text. Their eyes are going to be drawn to this. This is a guided process. We'll take you through step by step. By the end of the day, you'll leave with an action plan ready to go. So on October the 3rd, you know exactly what you need to do to make 10k in your business in Q4. So a quick question about the bonuses. So obviously the live backstage Q&A is only going to be for people there. That's fine. But when you attend live, you'll get these amazing bonuses. So now I'd be thinking, oh, if I'm not there, do I not get the recording? Do I not get the 1 month free? So that would be, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't get those if they're not there live. But if that's your process, I'd be tempted, because if I can't make it live, I don't get anything. If I buy the ticket and my internet goes out like today, I don't get anything. That would be my big worry. So the question in my head is, will I still get this if I can't attend live? Same with that. I don't see any reason why not, but it's might be worth making it clearer. And also, they get a month in the Get Savvy Academy, so I presume they have direct access to you guys, which is something. So it's not just resources and like-minded business owners. It's chance for you. So even if they can't make the live backstage Q&A, or you run out of time, or you're besieged by adoring fans, you still get the month where you can get your questions answered. 30 days is enough, and you'll be on your way to 10k. So this has a kind of, this feels more like an end of page close to me, and you have happy clients. Yeah, the one that, if you know that the people you want at this summit are going to be answering yes to these and nodding their head in firm agreement, then keep it. The one thing I'm always telling people is, you don't have to be so direct. So if you give them something they can say no to, so if, for example, I'm an established coach who needs 10k in Q4, if I read this and go, you don't know where to start and feel overwhelmed and confused, if I read that and go, actually I don't, I do know where to start, and I don't really feel overwhelmed and confused. I know what's going on. I just need accountability. I just need a clear action plan to do this. I kind of know what I need to be doing. I can't be bothered. So it might cause me to say no, and then the next phrase is, oh, it's not for me then. So that would be the one thing I would think about. So an easier way of doing that is say, maybe you have loads of happy clients, but you just need more of them. Perhaps you don't know where to start. You feel overwhelmed and confused. So by softening it just a little bit, you don't lose any of the impact or specificity. There's that word again. You don't lose any of that, but it just gives them something that they can read and disagree with without thinking, oh no, it's not for me. And again, this could be a good chance to go back to this bit. Are you on track? Are you on rack for achieving your 2021 goals? So I'm just reading this again. You talk about why this seems to happen every single year. Yes, absolutely. A lot of people have this. It's like every year we think it's going to be different, and every year it's exactly the same. And why am I? You can ask. Are you asking yourself? Maybe you're thinking, why am I struggling? Why am I doing this? Or perhaps you're wondering to yourself, shouldn't this be getting easier? And again, just to, since this is a close, really, really dial in exactly what they get. In one day, just one day, we'll give you a simple, proven approach tailored to you and your business that will not only dump an extra 10k in your bank account before you start singing Auld Lang Syne, but you can use it in 2022, 2023 and beyond. And again, you can really dial up we'll guide you every single step of the way. And you get 1 month for free, so you can pick our brains and tweak it as you go. Finally, you'll have the answer to the solution you're looking for. How do I get more clients? How do I do this? How do I do that? So that's what I would do for that. And I'd move this bit up. Yeah, so we need to know you guys. So let's move you up before the close, obviously. And I think the other section as well. I think that would be good after the bonus section, but let's do this here. So that's the close. I think that's a good chance to go back to the Q4 stuff. You could end this year on this, like I say there, Auld Lang Syne. So let's move the Anna and Anita bit up after the bonuses, because obviously once they know what you're going to do for them, how this is going to change their life, and here's what they get, they kind of want to know, well, who the hell are you guys? So this is the cold traffic bit. So this is, I think, is I like this. So you've been there, done it, 60k to our revenue in less than 60 days. So I'd love a little bit more on this, because this is going to be something that people are going to aspire to. It doesn't have to be anything really, you don't have to tell them the plan or anything like that, but what I'd like to see is like a before and after. So before we were doing this and really struggling, Then we made a few simple changes and we added 60k to our revenue in less than 60 days. And then sow the seeds, as I say there, because if somebody says, for example, oh, I doubled my income, and you go, oh, that's really interesting, that. And then they tell you that, well, all I had to do was work twice as many hours and find a therapist because I no longer see my wife and kids. You go, not so interested now. So is there anything you can do to kind of tease what this is? Not into, like, even if it's not part of this virtual summit, but if it speaks to the same kind of benefits that they want. What's more, we did this 60k without working any extra hours, without buying any ads, without hiring any staff, without doing this or whatever kind of objections your ideal clients have to earning extra money. We didn't have to offer a range of services. We didn't have to do this, didn't have to do that. All we did was 3 simple changes, and now we're doing this. Just so they know that you didn't add 60 grand to your revenue by selling a Bentley or whatever that is. I have no idea how much Bentley cost. Yeah, I really like this section. I like it. What you'll leave with after the summit. That's great. Yes, like I say, I would pop this after the bonus section. So you go here. We've got, this is what you get. So we start selling. This is exactly what you get. Here's downloadable workbook. Here's the bonuses. Yeah, that is the perfect time to kind of, this is what you'll get. Again, this is what you'll get after when you leave. I was just thinking in my head then, typically for a course you'd kind of outline every single physical thing they'd get, the features, and it's kind of spelled out here, but I think this is what I was kind of getting to before, that you'll get our 30 days of content, you'll get our positioning statement that allows you to increase your costs and still get clients. You're getting this, you're getting 8 hours of content, you're getting this. I'd like to see, like, I think that's what I'm kind of hinting at with the benefit bullets here. Exactly what are you getting on the day? You're getting live support, you're getting handheld thing, you're getting a downloadable workbook, you're getting repeats, you're getting a free month in the club, you're getting this. It's kind of like, it's the offer stack, isn't it? You know, it's the infomercial guy just pounding on every single thing you'd get. So you've kind of done it here, but what I'd like to see is something a little bit more, and it could just be like brief bullets, like, just trying to work out exactly. It could be at the bottom. It could be at the bottom where you, before the yes please I'm in. Could be at the bottom before this bit. So you'd have the end of page close, and before this you could have just, here's what you'll get on the day. Here's what you get when you click the button today. You'll get free entry. You'll get entry into the virtual summit. You'll get all the recordings. You'll get a month. You'll get our 30 days to content. You'll get this. You'll get this. Cover the stuff you're going to teach them as well, and just kind of bullets so they can see. Oh, I'm getting the content thing. Oh yeah, I'm getting this. Oh, I'm getting the workbook. Oh, I'm getting the Q&A afterwards, and I'm getting the free month, and I'm getting this positioning thing, and I'm getting this, and I'm getting that. So it really stacks on the value. So that's what I would do. End it with that, but a bit before, just have, here's what you're going to get. Pile it on. All for just 97 quid. So, yeah. But yeah, there's a couple of testimonials here. So, I love this. So, thanks to you and your guidance on social media, I now have 45 clients, which is more than I've ever had. I love that. You could even go, thanks to you and your guidance, ... I now have 45 clients, which is more than I've ever had. I'd move that higher up, because I imagine that most of your people, when they say, I now have 45 clients, it's like, holy God, this is awesome. That's what I want. And if you can use words that somebody else has said to say what you want to say, so much the better. So you could even use testimonials. I'm a big fan of using like testimonials as, God, you know what? You could have it up here. Yeah, that would be good actually. That I'd consider moving that, even if you abbreviate it to thanks to you and your guidance. I now have 45 clients, which is more than I've ever had. Imagine how much how powerful that would be above the fold up here to cold traffic. So maybe you adjust the headline to who else wants to get their hands on this simple roadmap coaches are following to bring an extra 10k before Christmas. And then you'd have that quote. Thanks to you and your guidance, I have 45, which is more than I've ever had. That's like, oh, I'm in. So not mention social media, not even mention the one day, but it's a simple roadmap. Yeah, that would be quite good up there. I would put that instead of stop struggling and start making more money. In fact, you could even use that after the quote because the quote kind of does it. It says you don't have to struggle. Yeah, I'd do that. And also, this is another good one. I faced my fears and concerns and I went for it basically. 5 months on, I'm loving it. It still works. And it points to the idea that this isn't just a 3-month thing. This will work beyond. And even though they may be talking about different things like the academy or your 5-day challenge, that's fine because they're talking about stuff that you've done. And it's probably going to be similar stuff anyway. But I like that. I faced my fears and my concerns and just went for it basically. 5 months on, I'm loving it. That sums up a lot there. So those are two that I would position further up. This one could be good, like I say, as a sub-headline. This one, you see, that one would be good before the close when they're kind of having to make a decision. I faced my fears and my concerns, I just went for it. Basically, 5 months on, I'm loving it. Yeah, I could almost see that, as being like the kind of final thing before a button, or I don't know. Yeah, I could see it being part of the close, just to give the nod that it's not you saying it's somebody else. So those are my thoughts. Like I say, I'm not worried about warm traffic at all because I think if you get the 10k in Q4 and you really dial in on that, it could become an annual thing. That could be a super offer that you're known for. Like, you're the people that get people on track for their goals, even though they're way behind. Could almost become like a challenge thing. Like, oh yeah, I didn't even have a coaching business when I came to see Anna and Anita. Yeah, December the 31st, I was cracking open bubbly in Monaco. But yeah, I really like the Q4 thing, 10k to Q4. But either way, I think you've got a lot of, even though you said this sucks, it doesn't at all. I think you've got a lot of decent ingredients in here. So hopefully this is useful. If you've got any questions, fire them at me. Oh my God, I've been talking for half an hour. Yeah, but there's a lot of good in here, but I just basically throw every single brain fart I have at you just in case it's useful. But yeah, let me know what you think.